Okay, let's go ahead and get into our easy seated position. Sukhasana means easy seat. Take a moment before you start rotating. Just let yourself be here for a few breaths. Letting all of your molecules settle right here. Even some of your thought molecules that might be floating around in other places, bring them back. So at its heart, yoga is a meditation practice. And the primary practice of meditation is being here. Like one of the best Ram Dass quotes, a big sign that I had in the studio, be here now. Soften your face. Soften your jaw. And these little things are what you maintain the entire time, unless we are specifically doing some sort of face yoga. Soft face, soft jaw, space in your mouth. Let's begin your torso rotations. Starting with big circles so that we can get down at the base of the spine. And part of being here now is noticing what your movements do to other parts of your body, because you are all connected. And that also includes your brain and your mind. That is part of your body. It affects all of it. Let's start to rotate up the spine. Making circles with your waist, massaging your internal organs. And then working up into your rib cage. Come back to center, bring your other leg in front. Let's rotate in the opposite direction. Starting with your intention low on the spine. And start to work your way up. Working in the space between the bottom ribs and the top of the hips. And working up into the ribs. And come back to center, grab onto your shins. Let's rock over the sit bones. Inhale, belly button forward, exhale it back. Again, your intention is low on the spine. And that's where your focus is. And even though your whole body is moving with this, the focal point or the intention is what gets the attention. And bring your hands to your knees, inhale your chest forward, exhale it back. Getting a nice stretch on the front of the chest, opening up the shoulders and drawing your shoulder blades together and back. On a next inhale, lift your chin to the ceiling, lifting your chin away from the floor. Exhale, chin to chest. Back of the skull presses up to the ceiling. Inhale, lift your chin. This is nice and slow. Exhale, chin to chest. The breath is nice and slow. Once more, inhale, lift your chin. And exhale, chin to chest. Keep your chin against your chest. Drop your shoulders down away from your ears. Take some breaths here. Slide your chin to the left. Slide right. Slide left. And slide to the right. Lift your chin up and over to the left. Lift up and over right. Big sweep with the chin. Sweep up and over to the left. Big rainbow with the chin. And let's go all the way up and over to the right. And bring your head to center. Left arm out to the left, right hand to your heart. Inhale left, exhale right. Ooh, inhale left, exhale right. And slow down. Pause for a few breaths in the middle. Again, soften your face, the space between your eyebrows, soften your jaw. Allow for space between your back molars. Bring yourself to hands and knees. Knees underneath your hips, wrists underneath your shoulders. And inhale, bring your right arm and your left leg up. And exhale it down. Inhale, extend your left arm, right leg. Exhale it down. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale down. Inhale, left arm, right leg. And exhale down. This time we're going to hold it there. Right arm, left leg. Right arm, ear height, thumb pointing up to the ceiling. Left leg is hip height, and your thigh and toes point down. So inwardly rotate your thigh. Press away from the floor. Press into the floor with your left hand, trying to get your chest out of the shoulder. Lengthen out. See where you can create more space, spreading your fingers, even spreading your toes. See what you can do there. Create space in your hip sockets. And release. Go to the other side. Left arm, right leg. Press the floor away. Inwardly rotate the right leg. Reach with the arm. And release. Curl your toes under. Let's come into down dog. Draw your hips back. Pedal your feet. Looking between your hands, step between your hands and half lift. Grab onto your toes, lift your chest and chin. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, arms out and overhead, looking up to your thumbs. And exhale, hands come to heart center. Let's move through classical sun, arms forward, up and back, pressing your hips forward, arms alongside your ears. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, left leg back, knee to the ground. Inhale, palms meet overhead. Reach up, look up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale to plank, lengthen out. Exhale, sink to your knees, your chest, and your chin. Inhale, cobra, peel up. Exhale, down dog. Pull your hips back, lengthen your waist. Inhale, lift your left leg up behind you. Exhale it to the top, right knee down. Inhale, reach up, look up, using your eyes. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step forward, half lift. Fill your lungs. Fold forward. Arms forward, up and back. Hands come down to heart center. Lengthen the back of your neck. So again, inhale, arms forward, up and back. Fold forward. Half lift. Right leg back. Knee to the ground. Let's hang out here for a second. Right toes are curled under. Let's get a stretch on the sole of the foot. Press the base of the right big toe into the floor. Lengthen your spine. Draw your shoulders back towards your hips and the tips of your ears away from your right heel, away from your hips. Create more space between your vertebrae, more space between your earlobes and the tops of your shoulders. Plant the right hand on the ground, reach the left arm forward, up and back, rotate towards your left leg. Reach up to the ceiling with your left fingers, press into the floor with your right hand. And now let's bring the right knee off the floor. Create length and space in your body. Think about creating space between your joints, reaching your bones apart. Go for extended right angle. Left elbow, left knee. Place the right heel on the floor, open up. Reach the right fingertips up to the ceiling. Open up your chest. Press the left foot into the floor. You're working on keeping your torso weight off of your elbow. Create space between the left earlobe and left shoulder. Even feel like you're creating space in that right armpit. Let's bring this up to warrior two. Let's settle into warrior two for a moment. Back foot parallel to the back of the mat. Drop the weight out of your shoulders, drop it into your feet. Let's go for a triangle. Straighten your left leg tip. Reaching up to the ceiling with the right fingertips, creating space in your palm. Lengthen the crown of the head away from the right hip. With each breath, noticing something different body part, different space in your body. Bend the left knee, both hands to the mat. Inhale to plank. Exhale to knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Lift your right leg up behind you. And exhale it to the top. Left knee comes down. Let's hang out here. The left toes are curled under. Maybe your fingertips are on the floor, maybe the palm of your hand. Doesn't matter too much. Just notice how your body is aligned and set up right now. Press the ball of the left foot into the floor. So we're getting a stretch on the toes and the sole of the left foot. Lengthen your spine, shoulders draw back away from your ears. Just these little things throughout the day. Make your neck longer. Nice deep breaths, full breaths. Left hand to the mat. Bring your right arm forward, up and back. Open towards your right leg. Bring the left knee off the floor. Straighten that left leg. See how much space you can create in the back of your left knee. Soften your face. Deepen your breath. Bringing oxygen all throughout your body. And we want those deep breaths, so we're using more of the lungs, using more lung capacity, using those deeper lungs, not just shallow breaths. Let's go for extended right angle. Right elbow, right knee, left heel plants to the floor. Reach up to the ceiling. Create space. Come up to your warrior two. Settle into it. Soften the tops of the shoulders. Let them roll down your spine. Let's come into triangle. Straighten the right leg. Tip. Keep your spine nice and long. Try not to grip the toes. Use the entire sole of the foot to be on the mat. And bend the right knee, hands to the top, step to the top, half lift. Fold forward. Arms forward, up and back. And hands come to heart center. Inhale, arms out and overhead. Look up to your thumbs. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to plank. Let's hold on to plank for a few breaths. From this plank, bring yourself down to a lowered plank. You're on your forearms. Press your palms together, creating this nice triangle. Make sure your elbows are underneath your shoulders. And let's start to walk towards the elbows. You're coming into a dolphin pose. Lift your hips up to the ceiling. Your heels are lifted. You're on high heels. Keep your head lifted. Your nose points into the center of the triangle you're creating with your forearms. Deep breaths. Your shoulders stay directly over your elbows, so you're not going to lean forward. Keep lifting the hips as if you're trying to put your butt on the ceiling. And walk yourself back out, lowered plank. Lengthen your body. Shoulders pull back away from your ears. Come back up to one hand and then the other, regular plank. And sink down to the floor. All body parts on the floor. Nice. Press back into child's pose. And bring yourself up. Swing your legs around in front, and this is where you're going to need your yoga strap or some sort of strap thinger. Yeah, I know. Come on in. Okay. All right, come on to your back. We are doing Hasta Padangustasana. So Utthita Hasta Padangustasana is where we're doing this standing, but we're doing this laying down this morning. So have your strap handy. Bring up your right leg. Grab onto your calf. And just to begin with, align your knee and your toes so that they're pointing behind you, to the wall behind you, to the floor behind you. So you're working on not outwardly rotating your leg, inwardly rotate. And then that left leg, your foot is flexed, your toes and knee are pointing up to the ceiling with your left leg. All right, bring the right knee in, grab onto that right big toe with the first two fingers of your right hand, or this is where you can use your strap. Bring the strap around the ball of your foot. And remember, when you're using a yoga strap, your leg is straight first, then your arm is straight, and the strap is going to make up the difference. No bent arm. And so if you need to lower the leg down from being at a 90-degree angle, then do it. Draw the toes towards you, press the right heel up towards the ceiling. So you're getting that stretch in your foot. All right, now is the only time you're allowed to have a bent elbow. Place your left arm on your left leg so that it doesn't help out. Bend your elbow, bring your face up to your knee. See how many ribs you can get up off the floor. You're using core muscles. See how many vertebrae you can get up off the floor. Pull against the foot, press the right heel up to the ceiling. Soften your face. You don't need your neck and jaw muscles for this. Now lay back, keep hold of the strap, open the right leg out to the right. Left arm can come out to the left. Bring your left arm out. Just underneath my leg. There we go. Okay, left toe is still pointing up to the ceiling. Get your shoulders down away from your ears. Think more about flattening your shoulder blades to the floor. And see if you can let that right leg relax into the sort of hammock situation you're creating. And this is why I do like to use some sort of a yoga strap here, because I feel like I can let my leg relax more than if I was holding it with my hand. Okay, bring your right leg up, grab onto the strap with your left hand, lower the leg to the left. Try not to let it flop to the floor. And that right arm opens out behind you. So you're working on keeping those shoulder blades to the floor, opening your chest. Soften your face, soften your shoulders. Okay, release the strap. Bring your right leg up. Grab onto the calf with both hands. Draw your face to your knee and your knee to your face. You're drawing that leg towards you. Left toes still rotating up towards the ceiling. Try not to let the left leg open out. Breathe. And release the leg to the floor. Let's do that on the other side. Bring the left leg up. I like to start not worrying about the strap just yet. Getting a feel for this left leg, holding on to the calf. Toes point up to the ceiling on your right foot. Toes point behind you on your left foot. All right, now let's put the strap around the foot, around the ball of the foot. Okay, right arm is on top of your right leg, and bring your face up to your knee. So the leg stays wherever it's at. You're using core strength and the effort of your left arm to pull yourself up. You'll likely be using some effort from the right leg as well. And lay back. Let that left leg open out. Right arm goes out to the right. Shoulder blades resting on the floor, chest opening. Spine is nice and long. Bring your left leg up. Grab the strap with the right hand and lower the leg to the right. Place it to the right on the cat's head. Okay. Oh, okay, nice deep breaths. Working on drawing that left shoulder blade down to the floor, opening the chest, getting this nice twist. Everybody's different. Everybody's going to feel some different stretch in this one. For some, the twist may be the intense part. Maybe it's your IT band. Maybe it's your hamstring. Could be all of it. Could be none of it. Maybe this is super easy and delightful. And if this is super easy, then you just enjoy the fact that you've got all this space in your body. And there's nothing else that you need to do. Release the strap, bring your left leg up. Grab onto your calf with both hands. Face to knee, knee to face. Keep the right toes engaged and pointing up to the ceiling. And let the left leg come down. Make sure that you've got an arm's distance between you and the wall above you. Bring your hands underneath your hips. We're going for leg lifts, and the intention is to eventually get your feet above you, either to the wall or to the floor above you. Point your toes, inhale, point and raise your legs. Exhale, flex your feet and lower. Inhale, point and raise, follow your breath. Inhale, flex your feet and lower. And so in your own time, so we'll be doing a number of these. Eventually get your hips off the floor. There's some momentum with that, but then also you're using deep core muscles to get the hips to lift off the floor. Follow the breath, inhaling up, exhaling down. The time it takes to inhale is the time it takes to lift the legs and the hips. And vice versa, the time it takes to exhale is the slow amount of time you take to lower your body to the floor. Working on lifting the hips and then eventually working on getting your toes to reach back either to a wall or to the floor above you, getting that nice stretch on your spinal cord. Try to keep your legs straight. That does make it harder for a lot of reasons. Okay, the next one that you do, you're going to stay there. You're going to stay in your sort of plow position. Maybe you can bend your elbows and let your hips rest in your hands. Deep breaths, relax your face, your jaw, your neck. You're resting on your shoulder blades and no higher. You're not going to let yourself get onto your neck bones. And place your palms to the floor, lower your hips, take your time. Once your hips get to the floor, chin to your chest and watch your legs come down. Nice. All right, rock and roll. Come up to seated. Start with your legs out front. Nice realignment of your body. Let's go for Baddha Konasana. Slide the soles of your, or the heels of your feet in. You're either grabbing onto your ankles or you're grabbing onto your toes. Lift up with your feet, lift up your ankles or your toes, drop your shoulders. Lengthen up. You don't really need to worry too much about pulling your legs down, but if that does feel good to you, go for that. And let's start to draw yourself forward and down. So you're hinging from your hip sockets. You're not folding from the waist. If you're folding from the waist, nothing's happening in your hips. And this is a hip stretch as well as a hamstring stretch. Maybe let your elbows come out to the side, getting them out of the way, but also now using them, that leverage, to press against your thighs. And this is definitely a pose not to force. This is something you can do Baddha Konasana daily, and I would just add breaths to it. So in our class, maybe we do like 5 to 10. Maybe you do 10 to 20, working on the hamstrings and the adductors. And bring yourself up, pound your inner thighs. And let's lay on the back. Arms out to the side like a T. Let's go for a nice deep twist. So bend your knees, feet to the floor. And place your hips left of center. Wrap your left leg around your right, maybe even your foot goes around your ankle, and lower your legs to the right. So it's deeper for two reasons. So bringing your hips left of center means that when you lower down, your spine is more perpendicular to your arms. And then also crossing the leg over, we're getting that IT stretch and the TFL, tensor fasciae lata muscle, that connects the IT band to the femur. Nice deep breaths. In these twists, practice letting your leg muscles relax and see what that does. If that creates too intense of a twist or stretch, then let the muscles stay engaged, but you can practice just using the weight of your legs to create the twist. When you're ready, bring your legs up, unwrap, find center with your hips, and then let's go right of center. Cross the right leg over the left and lower the legs to the left. And there are two ways that you can do this twist where the legs get to the ground and you don't worry that your shoulder is off the floor, or you keep your shoulder blade on the floor and then you're working towards getting the leg towards the floor. Or perhaps your back is so tight and shoulders are so tight that nothing's on the floor, and that's fine too. And bring your knees back to center. Find center with your hips. And bring your arms next to your torso. Let's draw circles on the ceiling. Big circles. Rock around the pelvis. And go in the opposite direction. And place your feet on the floor. And let's prepare for Shavasana. Whatever your Shavasana pose is, legs up the wall, reclining cobbler, complete Shavasana, corpse pose. Once you get there, let your bones settle. Let your weight sink to the floor. And once your bones have settled, see if you can create a little bit more length in your spine and your neck. Tuck your shoulder blades under just enough again so that they feel flat to the floor. You're looking to open up the chest in front by bringing the shoulder blades together a little bit more in back. When you're ready for it, take a deep inhale and sigh. Take one more deep inhale and sigh. And find an effortless breath. Let everything be soft. So I found a passage from the Happiness book that I probably haven't read in class for quite some time, but I like coming back to it. It's called I Want. A child said to a sage, "I want happiness." The sage answered, "Get rid of the I. That's just your ego. It keeps you separated from others and is an illusion. It makes you selfish and needy and dissatisfied, so you suffer. Ego is a sieve that wants constant feeding. So get rid of the I. The sage continued, now get rid of the want. Desiring things takes away from enjoying what you have and focuses on expectations that may not be fulfilling. It implies you will be happy if something else. If you have more fame, money, success, friends, it makes you wait and compare. If you take away the I and the want of I want happiness, what is left? The sage asked. Happiness, the child said, and smiled. Remember to stay present, be here now. It's funny when the mind floats away, the body goes with it. So bring it back. Deepen your breath. Fill your lungs. Move your fingers, move your toes, wrists and ankles. Get all the cracks out. Stretch your arms, stretch your legs, lengthen your body. And when you're ready, roll to one side. Feeling how the breath changes. Seeing what kind of space you can create laying on your side. Space in the back body, perhaps. And when you're ready, bring yourself back up to your easy seated position. Lengthen your spine, sit a little bit taller. Lift the sides of your mouth. Take a deep inhale. Blow it out. Deep inhale. Blow it out. One more deep inhale. And blow it out. Find your natural breath. Ponder for a moment your own happiness. Happiness is your foundation. You create it. Nobody else creates your happiness for you. They may add to it, increase it. Happiness is yours. May all beings in the universe be happy and free, and may our actions and our thoughts help increase their happiness and their freedom. Namaste. Well, thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you Friday morning. Bye, guys.